There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Jobs90.com's Marketing Me Live. Today, we are live for STI College Surigao and University of the Philippines, Mindanao. So before we start our event today, we will be joined by speakers from VXI Global and VXI Global and Inspiro. So before we start, we will invite everyone to join us for the prayer and the national anthem.
Sikoy ko kamighimu to langit. Sikoy ko kamighimu to aldaw ay bulan. Ikaw ang nagbuhat sa kabituunan. Ikaw ang nagbuhat sa kalibutan. Manama, mawantog ka. Warag po ko ilingkoy ko. O Diyos, kahibulungan ka. Busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فقال ربكم ادعوني أستجب لكم آمين يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم اجمع شامل المسلمين والكريستيان والأمة في مدينة دباو وسلم دائما مجتمعنا هذا بالسلم والأمن والتقدم في بلدنا هذا آمين يا رب العالمين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على خير خلقه سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you today to praise and worship you and give you thanks for all the things you continue to provide for ourselves and our families. Father, we humbly ask for forgiveness for all the times we have offended you, when we forget to acknowledge your presence in the image of our brothers and sisters, and for moments we fail to be good stewards of the blessings you have given us. Continue to guide and protect each one of us, Lord, that we may always walk in the lights of your everlasting love and mercy. Grant us, Father, with your comfort in times of distress and with your strength in times of weakness. Bestow upon us your unending grace and healing, that we may in turn become instruments of gentleness and compassion to others. We ask all this in the name of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, with the prayer and the intercession of our Blessed Mother. Amen.
Manama, mawantog ka. Warag po ko ilingkoy ko. O Diyos, kahibulungan ka. Busa ikaw lang ang simbahon ko.
Tayo po ay magsitayo. Bilang pagpupugay, ilagay ang kanang kamay sa ating dibdib at awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
So, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. We welcome everyone to this event. So, good morning po. So, I'll be the host for this event. So, for today, before we officially start, we invited a couple of people to represent your schools for the opening remarks. So, to start with, we would like to invite Prof. Lair Annie E. Morao, PhD, Chancellor for UP Mindanao, to give us the opening remarks representing UP Mindanao po.
University officials, Office of Student Affairs Director Maria Stella Salazar, University Student Council officials, Jobs180.com representatives, graduating students, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to this webinar on Marketing Me Live, a career placement and pre-employment orientation for graduating students. Certainly, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted the labor market in the past 2 years. The reduced amount of opportunities being advertised immediately after lockdown was a real challenge. At the same time, we also see how the labor market has adapted to the new normal. For instance, we see various employers and sectors embracing remote work and recently hybrid work arrangements. Jobs that used to be unthinkable, such as vlogging, are fast emerging, especially in the online industry. With the availability of numerous online platforms, access to the best talent, regardless of geographical location, is opening up new opportunities that were not available previously. We are also seeing more Filipinos working remotely for employers based locally and abroad. To our graduating students, while it is normal to feel uncertain about your future, you can empower yourselves by attending activities like this to enable you to make informed decisions about your future. Now, I have a few pieces of advice for you to help you plan ahead. So I hope you have your pen and papers ready to take notes. 1, be digitally agile and prepare yourself for remote hiring as well as online alternatives. You need to hone your digital skills as these can help you to show a potential employer your flexible skill set. Whether or not you are searching for jobs in your intended field, becoming comfortable with remote hiring and online networking alternatives could improve your ability to get hired. Virtual interviews are likely to become more popular in the short term. 2, During these difficult times, learn to be flexible and resilient. During your job interviews, you can clearly articulate how you spent your time during the pandemic, such as working on a project, volunteering, learning a new skill, helping out in the family business, or working in your part-time job. All of these are important and relevant to an employer as it can demonstrate how adaptable and motivated you are as a potential employee. 3, prepare yourself for slower than normal hiring and onboarding at this time as employers adjust to the new normal. You can do this by tempering your expectations as you enter the workforce. 4, consider short-term or unexpected work in the interim. Depending on your financial situation, it may be necessary to consider short-term work or work outside your area of expertise while employers adjust to the new pandemic, to this pandemic. These jobs may not be the type of work you may have anticipated, but having an extra income can help you navigate this uncertainty after graduation with more confidence. Also, adding experience to your resume could help improve it and give you an advantage in the long run. Showing employers that you were able to adjust to this challenging situation could make your application more competitive. When looking for job opportunities, prioritize transferable skills and soft skills that could support you in your chosen career path. Even if a job is not in your ideal industry, there may be opportunities to develop skills that you can leverage later when applying for future jobs. 5, network as much as you can. There are a lot less jobs being advertised on job boards, but that doesn't mean that they aren't available out there. The most effective form of job hunting during times like these happen in what is known as the hidden job market. Who you know is important, and raising your visibility through group membership and writing of articles and posts on available employment platforms can be a game changer for some graduates. Getting noticed and building professional connections, including with UP alumni, organizations, fraternities, and sororities, is likewise crucial. These can lead to job opportunities that may otherwise not be available or advertised. Creating a professional presence on social media and remote networking groups may also help you find opportunities in your chosen. Join professional interest and industry groups online and interact with similar professional social accounts to expand your network and improve your online profile. Networking, mentorship, and informational interviews can be done remotely and could help better prepare you to enter the workforce. 6, communicate and clearly articulate to an employer your motivation for wanting to work for them. Now, the job market is highly competitive, so your application has to stand out. Research your potential employers thoroughly, who they are, what they do, who they work with, how they have adapted during lockdown, and who are their competitors. The level of research you do will demonstrate to an employer your motivation to work for them. 7, understand what it is you are bringing to the organization in terms of skills and knowledge. As graduating students, all your experience, such as membership in organizations, fraternities or sororities, volunteering, part-time jobs, internships, working for your family, is vital, and you can gain skills as a result. You can identify these skills and give specific examples of this in your interviews. 8. Tailor fit your CV. An employer can easily spot a generic CV. In fact, some companies use AI software to scan applications for keywords, which make it even more important to tailor and use the employer's terminology. Hence, you need to read the job description carefully and understand the skills and experience an employer has asked for, and make sure to demonstrate this in your CV through recent experiences. This can be as simple as stating you worked as part of a team of people from various organizations or sectors in your most recent internship, group project, organization, or volunteering experience, which shows an employer not only that you can work in a big team, but a diverse team, which may demonstrate good communication skills as well. Be specific and highlight your key achievements as opposed to just listing tasks. 9. Consider more professional training and education. If resources will allow, you may want to consider more professional training and education during this time instead of entering the workforce right away. For example, consider enrolling in a graduate school. If there are financial constraints, professional development training, online certifications, and skill-specific classes can be helpful and require less investment. Now, my last advice goes beyond job hunt strategies. On top of your skills and experience, the most crucial deciding factor whether you get that job or not, and whether you stay or not, is your attitude. Bringing a positive attitude improves productivity at work. In fact, some companies hire based on attitude alone, then train later. As they say, skills do matter, but attitude is everything. Attitude cannot be gained from a degree alone, but it is a product of your experiences in life. So, make the most out of your unique experiences to develop a positive attitude. In closing, I would like to congratulate you, dear graduating students, for getting this far. Be proud of yourself for facing challenges that many people will never experience. No matter what you decide to do, it is important to acknowledge that you are facing challenges as a new graduate entering the workforce that many people will never experience. Take care of yourself and the people around you as you begin to navigate the world of work in the new normal. I wish you luck in your future career plans and may the force be with you. Daghang salamat ug maayong buntag sa inyong tanan.
Thank you for that, Dr. Morao. Now, to represent STI Surigao, we have Sir Rico Q. Asumen, Academic Head for STI College Surigao, to also give his opening remarks.
Good morning, my dear students. Kumusta naman kamo? It's been over 2 years that we haven't met face-to-face because of this pandemic, no? I know that some of you are still unsure of what path to take after completing your course. This employment preparation seminar will somehow help you decide what path to take after your graduation. We also have our STI eye cares, where every graduating students will have to make their login credentials, and then what STI do will profile depending on the data that you provide, and then some partner companies of STI will look into that data, and who knows, you're the one that they're looking for. So my dear students, there's so many opportunities outside your four walls, outside STI, and it's up to you how to grab it. We are providing you with the tools, and we're expecting that you will use that tool for your advantage. So for this activity, I want you to sit and relax, listen religiously to your speakers, because this will be a very interesting activity, and I'm sure this will help you find or somehow answer the questions in your minds. Again, thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy this activity.
Thank you for that, sir. So to our audience, thank you for commenting. We'd like to know where you're from. Just comment your school and course. Ayan. Para makita natin ma-address ng speakers natin mamaya. Ayan. So here is our schedule for this morning. We will be doing online applications, virtual interviews, and hiring for work from home jobs. So those are the topics slated for this event. So we thank everyone who's here and who's early on time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please be reminded that the evaluation link and the attendance link will be released at the end of this event. Ayan. So please tag your classmates, your friends. We hope they don't miss out on this activity. So let's go to our first speaker. Our first speaker discussing online applications is Sir Chua. He is the Managing Director for jobs20.com. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, and business process, human resources. He is a trusted resource speaker, and he has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. If you have questions for Sir Kim, please put it in the comment section, and then we will address it after his talk. Ayan. So don't be shy. Okay lang. Pull nyo lang yung questions nyo dyan sa ating comment section. So Sir Kim, the floor is yours. Please take it away.
Everyone, allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No, not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com. jobs180.com at doon ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So alam niyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, meron kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo, gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay, wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpleto ang detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo. Kayo lang may alam yan. At lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So, you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often that you open your social media account. So I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes, if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or anong mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gano'ng karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa dalawang lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung dalawa. Kung dalawa lang talaga alam nyo, din dalawa lang. Ano tong dalawang to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga, hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, 'di ba? Certificate, diploma, 'yan, ebidensya 'yan, okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, 'di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, yung mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng mga ganun kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes, a picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Diba? O sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na akit bahay gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, panakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si eye expert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo na napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo atensyon, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Diba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills o sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Diba? That's yung ibig ko sabihin. Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pa nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do you do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real-time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nag-submit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon, by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position na in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala lang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No, maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante lang ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. Di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes, lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay, of course, explain lang ako Okay, with respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it, enter, save it, real-time update. Lahat ng binigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tulitin sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email us, email me, here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget yung wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Sir Kim. So to our audience, we are now opening the floor for questions. So I found here from Lay Eladia. First question of the answer session. Can we be sure about the security of your servers in keeping our data and information safe?
Okay, thank you for that question. Alam ko maraming agam-agam, no? Maraming ganung mga sentiments, especially when it comes to the security. One thing I can tell you, Ma'am Lay, ayan, the one who asked the question, is that we tried to protect yung information nyo by coming up with this kind of design and this kind of yung structure ng resume link. Is that we want to, of course, protect the data, no? Yung data ng user, kayo yon. Now, for the servers, the technical side of it, we are doing our best to ensure that your data are kept safe and secured now within our servers, and to go further lang for other aspects, no, of security and information. Now, the first thing that you would notice why we design it this way is that yung information settings, yung privacy settings, ang may control yung user. So kayo yon, no? It depends now on how you'd be able to set up your resume link as to which information you want to show or hide in public, and that is again dependent on the user side. So kayo po yan. The other side of it is that it is not searchable. So if I use you as an example, Ma'am Lay, if you go to any social media platform and type there Lay, probably you'll end up with a few thousand or a few 100,000 Lay. Diba, may lalabas pag mga social media platform. Try going to jobs180.com. Yung search bar na nakikita nyo doon, ang pwede lang niya ma-search, 3 bagay lang. Company name, position title, and location. So try to type Lay doon sa search bar ng Jobs 180. May lalabas lang yan kung may word na Lay doon sa company name, position title, or sa location. Otherwise, nothing will come out because whoever will be trying to check for your information needs to know your exact resume link. So that means you have to be the one to give it to the person that you want to see your resume link to. Okay, so that is again to give you lang yung sense of why we design it this way, no? It's very different among like other kind of platform. And also to add to that, hindi tayo social media platform. You don't naman share your resume link para sabihin, oy, papogian or pakyutan tayo ng information sa mga kaibigan natin, di ba? Unless you want to, of course, exchange resume links or tell your resume links to your friends, di ba? Then that way, they will know about your information. Pero for companies that you want to apply to, they need to know your exact resume link. Okay? So, yan yung mga things that I'm trying to explain because ito yung practical aspects of it eh. Now the technical side, definitely we are doing our best, and so far no, since the time we have launched itong services natin, since we developed all the platform, we've never had any breach. No, not naman I'm calling out people out there to challenge the system, but I'm saying lang is we have never had any breach of security, okay, for the resume link, okay, up until today. So we never had that issue. I hope
Thank
that
you.
should give you peace of mind.
Thank you for that, sir. Sir, I'm sorry. I'm fast pacing through
Yeah,
that.
sige, game. Oo nga, bilisan ko rin.
This one, sir, this one is a general question lang po. What is the usual trend? If I'm a fresh graduate, gaano po katagal ako mag-i-interview before I get hired? Are we talking about a
Depende yan
month?
sa companya. Depende yan sa company because different
Hindi, sir.
companies they
Like,
have...
ano lang? Like, in general. Like,
In
kailangan ba
general,
mag-i-interview?
okay,
Like, mga
in
dalawang
general,
buwan?
Laf, I would say if the company is in need of the person or to replace the person exiting, no, they need to fill the position. Ideally within 30 days dapat pina-process na kayo. Okay? Kasi kung hindi yan within 30 days, hindi urgent yung position na yan. Okay? Now, I'm saying lang na I cannot speak for all companies, all HR kasi may kanya-kanyang company, may kanya-kanyang HR process. Now, for your side naman, whoever is listening right now, ang recommend ko to manage your expectation, you have to ask the HR, ask the person that is interviewing you for the next steps. Ano yung how to manage your expectation, 'di ba? How long will you be waiting? Kasi normally the HR will tell you, we'll give you a call, we'll update you, 'di ba? Keep your communication lines open. 'Di ba? Kahit naman open communication lines mo, hanggang kailan ka mag-aantay in case lang you're moving forward to another company or to another position, 'di ba? So, tanungin niyo na lang sila. Yan yung best scenario. Ask so you can set your expectations. Okay?
Alright. So, thank you for that, sir. Sa mga ready na mag-apply, pwede na kayong mag-send. Ngayon pa lang, magsimula na kayo. So, thank you for
Yes.
that, sir. I'm
All right.
sorry we have no more
I
time.
know. We're
I
pressed
will
for time.
return the
Yes.
rest of the
So,
questions for the next speakers po. Thank you, sir.
okay. Thank you and be safe, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so our second speaker for today is Miss Ardine Pamisa. She is a talent acquisition officer for VXI Global, and she will be discussing virtual interviews. So Miss Sugar is a graduate of BS in Psychology at San Pedro College, and in her 5 years with VXI Davao, she has worked her way up the ranks from an associate to a specialist and then to a talent acquisition officer. For VXI Robinson's Delta Bahada, because of her drive for excellence and results. So, Miss Sugar, can we please ask you to join? Hi, ma'am. Good morning. Ma'am, can
Hi
we test
guys,
your
good morning. Hello.
Can we test your screen?
Sure.
Ayan. Ayan, ma'am. So, I just
There.
need there. Okay. Can we put it on full screen po? Yan. Okay na, ma'am.
Sure.
So, ma'am, I'll leave you to it. I'll be back for the Q&A in 20 minutes. Enjoy, ma'am.
All right. So hi guys, good morning. So I am Sugar by the way, and I'll be discussing the virtual interview for the tips on how to answer different types of interview questions. So it will be based on my experience because as you know, I've been in the recruitment industry for almost 5 years now. Right? Okay. Right. So of course, one of the basic questions would be tell me about yourself. So it's very important how you, the first few parts of your interview, it's very important in how you tell us about yourself. I've been a recruiter, so what you say gives us your first impression, how you are as an employee. So give a concise and compelling pitch that shows why you're most fit for the job, right? So it's best to start with your name, of course. Then afterwards, maybe your educational attainment and your work experience, if you have any. And for those who are currently starters, who don't have any experience yet, maybe you can ask them, you can give them like an experience you've had before, maybe your internship or your the clubs that you joined back in school, because that will show what your interests are. And what else, what are the skills that you know, and also uh, basically your interests, like what are your likes and dislikes, because that will also show us how you are as a person, not just as an employee, because of course we're looking for people who can really mesh well with the employees that we already have around, because we don't really need people don't who can't really mesh. It's not, I know that we have, like, introverts and extroverts and ambiverts in our midst, but of course we need also people who can pakisama. All right, so that's very important. Use the past, present, future formula. So talk about your current role. Like if you're currently enrolled right now, maybe what's your position? From which company are you from? Then from how long have you been with that company? So what are the job? What are you currently doing with your role right now? And add a background on how you got there. So, like maybe an example for me, I've been working here for 5 years. So, how did I get here? I was basically an intern for VXI back in 2016. So, I've been with VXI for a month. Then, afterwards, I heard that there was an opening for a talent acquisition associate. So, of course, I was a fresh graduate then. So, I really took the chance to be a part of VXI, given that I already have an idea of how it works. Right. Segue to why you want the role. So, of course, you will be applying for a specific job. Like, let's say I'm a talent acquisition officer right now, and what's the kind of job that I'm applying for? So, yes, basically, like I know that I'm mostly focused on recruitment, and I'll be applying to a more general role, like let's say HR. I know that recruitment is still under HR, but if you wanted to try in a more general role, like an HR generalist, perhaps maybe you can inform them that I'll be applying for the HR generalist role because I wanted to have a more expanded view of the HR world, because right now I'm mostly focused with recruitment, and as you know, I would want to be well versed in the industrial world of HR. Okay, so how you present your tell me about yourself would really give us an impact and would give us an idea on what are the things that we would want to ask you to make sure you're a perfect fit for the company. Okay. All right. So sell me this pen. All right. So, one thing that I'm not sure everyone was able to learn, I know that most of our viewers here are graduating students. So, one thing that was not taught to me was I was looking back then, when I was still a student, a graduating student, I was looking for a company that has less stress, okay, less toxicity, less stress, because as much as possible I would really want to be happy for the next couple of years, because of course I'm getting old and I would want to last long in my company. So one thing that I would like to tell you, it's stress and toxicity is inevitable in a company. I know it's the harsh reality of the world, but I would like to set your expectation that there will be stress, there will be toxicity, but of course we need to prioritize our peace as well, and setting your expectation that there will be stress, there will be toxicity. It's inevitable in a company, in all companies. I assure you, it's in all companies. But the people you will be with, the people that you will be working with, will give you somehow an idea on how you will be able to handle the stress. So, of course, we wanted to know how well you can handle high stress situation, because that will provide us an insight on how well you can think with stress, how you can solve problems, even being in a stressful situation. All right. So of course, there might be instances wherein we will be asking you if how well do you handle stress? Because of course, we want you to understand that again and again. I believe I've reiterated this so many times that there will be high stress situations which um, you will be having experience for in your company. So yeah, I think we have like different kinds of different ways in coping with stress. So it would be really best if you could really experience high stress situations so that you will know and how you can handle them on your own. Because for me, how I handle stress, I would take like maybe a 5 minute break, maybe eat something that I really like. Then once I feel like I'm okay again, then I will go back to the high stress situation and I will think of a way to fix it. Right? So you're only human, and yes, you're only human, and it's okay to crash, but of course you need to get back up every time. All right? So yes, that's it. So you don't need to show your recruiter that you're perfect, that you can handle high stress situations. It's not how you handle a high stress situation, and it's how well you cope even with a high stress situation. Okay. All right. So you need to stay calm and you need to stay confident because, of course, it's basically interviews are self assessment. So, how you portray yourself in interviews would really show us what kind of employee you will be if ever that you will be a part of the company. So, you need to stay calm, you need to stay confident. I know that for starters who don't have an experience yet, and most companies are requiring a work experience, so it's really hard to show them what you can do given that you don't have an experience yet. But if you're very confident about yourself and you stay calm in all situations, then I guess actually that counts for something. All right. So we're looking for people who don't panic immediately. So we need people who can just thrive in a stressful situation. So use body language to convey that you can take care of it. All right. So yes, I think that goes to show with confidence as well. All right. Because if ever that you're saying that you're very confident that you can, you know, sell something or you can handle a high stress situation, but if your body language shows that you can't even like maybe walk or you can't think straight or you're shaking, you're trembling, um you will be discovered rather. Yes, that you don't have any confidence in yourself. All right. All right. Listen, understand your customers' needs. So yes, basically the purpose of the Sell Me This pen is how well you can sell yourself. All right. So interviews are basically selling yourselves to the interviewers. So you have to know everything about you so that you will be able to explain to us properly on how you are as an employee. So listen, understand your customers' needs. So like let's say the company that you're applying for are looking for someone who has a roll up their sleeves attitude or a pleasing personality or someone who can really work well in a team, because I know that some people it varies, right? So we have employees who work well alone and we have employees who work well in a team. So for BXI, we work in teams, so we really need for you to be a team player. Okay, so listen and understand your customers' needs. So prior to your interview, you have to make sure that you will be research, you will do your research about the company. So what kind of company this is, so what kind of work environment they're offering, and once you know about the company, you will know exactly what you will be needing to show off, like the skills and qualities that you have, if ever. All right. Okay, specify the items, features, and benefits. So specify the items, features, and benefits. So basically, yeah, you really have to know the company that you're applying for. Okay, so you have to know everything about them so that you will know which are the qualities, the skills that you will be showing off to us. And strong as if you were truly about to close a deal. So of course, after every interview, you will have your closing speech. Like maybe the recruiter will ask you, "Is there anything else you would like to say before you end this interview?" So basically, you need to summarize everything: your skills, your qualities, and how well you can handle stress, and how you will be a perfect fit for the job. So, guys, it takes practice. Okay, so yeah, back then when I was a fresh graduate, so I applied in all these companies. So my first interview was it was terrible. So terrible in a sense that I was applying for what do you call this? I was applying for an HR position back in a bank, and they asked me, what is integrity for you? And right then and there, I had a mental block, and I did not remember what integrity was back then. So it was like an awful experience for me because I did not have any practice. I was confident that I can talk, but I was not confident that I could nail the interview. I know. I thought I could nail the interview because I was confident with how I can talk, I can express myself. But when I got there, I had this mental block. I was so nervous. It Practice makes perfect. Okay, so you don't always nail your first interviews. Trust me, you don't always nail your first interviews. But try applying in all the companies that try applying in all the companies that are currently hiring right now. So you still actually have like what do you call this? You have a choice. Like let's say you applied for a position that is not really the position that you're applying for, but you just wanted to practice. I'm sorry, but it's actually one of the things that I learned the hard way. You need practice. So apply in all of these companies, practice your interview skills. Then by the time that you think you're confident enough to apply for the job that you really want and the company that you really want, then try to apply. Because trust me, you will get better. You just need some more practice. Okay. All right. So, why was there a gap in your employment? So, these are one of the questions that we would really be asking. So, like, let's say you graduated school, like, let's say 2017, then you applied for a job or had your first employment in 2019. So, what happened within those 2 years that you did not have a job? So, the key is to be honest. All right. So, but don't share more details than you're comfortable with. So, like, let's say that you had this 2 year gap, so of course, that's somehow a red flag on the commitment because, like, let's say you had this previous job, you ended in 2017, then your next job was in 2019. So what did you do between that time? So if you handled business or there was just a time wherein you were really not in the right place mentally, so that's okay. We prefer for you to be honest instead of just telling us all this nonsense things that you did in 2 years with the gap in your employment. Okay. All right. So highlight skills or qualities you gained in your time away from the workforce. So maybe when you did not have any employment during those times, maybe you did some skills upgrading or whatnot. So maybe you can just inform, or you can tell us that during those times I learned. All right. So that's very important because we know that even with the gap in your employment, you did something out of that time to be able to improve yourself as a professional. So then don't think your reason for the gap is not valid, okay? Because of course, yes, if I know that there are some people who are just not in the right place mentally to be applying to the next job and it took you a while to be okay and now applying for your next job. So just be honest with us. We won't really judge you for that, trust me, because of course we do understand the situation we have right now, and of course as a graduate from psychology, we do understand that you're not always going to be okay, and that's okay. All right, so just be honest with us if there was like a gap in your employment. Okay. All right, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? So these are one of the questions that we ask with our employees. So we have we have interviewees who will be informing us, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? So they would tell me that they would want to be with VXI forever. And in my head, yes, of course, I would want for you to be with VXI forever, because of course, we can't afford to be, hiring another person for the job, because of course we want for you to stay here for a long time. But of course, it's for trust me, it's not. Although I do commend the commitment, it's just that I don't think that that is the right answer, because of course you are a professional. You can't stay in the same job forever. You need to work your way up. So don't just stay in the middle. Work yourself up. So if where do you see yourself in 5 years? Of course, I can see myself in your company, working here, upgrading my skills and my qualities, and maybe by the time that I think I'm actually qualified for the next role, then I would like to be promoted in the same company. So we want for a person to have actual plans for himself career wise, because you know why? Because that will show us the kind of determination that you have as an employee. So that's it. Okay, so be honest and specific about your goals. So like, let's say that you do have plans abroad, and right now you're just maybe upgrading your skills and your qualities and your, maybe your English communication skills. If you're working for a BPO company, of course, that's one of the things that most people actually go here for, to improve in themselves. So yeah, just be honest and specific about your goals. But at the same time, don't use the "you will be staying here forever," because there's no such thing as forever. All right. So if you want to stay here and work your way up and improve yourself career wise, we would really appreciate that. So think realistically about where this position could take you. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, you have to make sure that um, you have plans for yourself. You're just not here for the same position for the next 5 years. You have to work your way up. Okay. Of course, we have our bills, we have our needs, and of course, we want to improve on ourselves, self actualization by Maslow. So you need to improve on yourself, because the more quality or the more skills and qualities that you have will make you improve yourself career wise. And that's actually a really good feeling. So sometimes it's okay to say you're not quite sure about the future just yet. So, of course, I do understand that for some people, we're only looking for the now. All right. So we're just in it for the now. I do understand that. But of course, you can't stay in the now forever. So if you would like to tell us that you're not quite sure about the future yet, but you would like to know where how this will go and where it would take you, then that's okay. All right. So acknowledge that this role will help you make that decision. So that's it for the where do you see yourself in 5 years. So is there anything else you'd like to know? So close the meeting on a high note. I believe I mentioned that earlier, that as much as possible, you try to summarize everything that you know, like your qualities, your skills. I believe I've reiterated that during this whole talk, because how you know yourself as a professional, we don't know anything about you. Okay. You know everything about you. So how you try to sell yourself, like sell me this pen, like how do you try to sell yourself to your interviewer will really will really tell us a lot about how you are as an employee. Okay, try to summarize that. So mention something relevant that you have not discussed yet. So of course, we have this moments realizations that we were not able to include, like maybe something that your achievement from before that you have not been able to mention during the interview. So try to mention that to summarize your qualifications and determine if the job is the right fit from your perspective. So of course, I know that you're applying for a job, and usually some companies don't I'm sorry. Some companies don't really mention the job description, and it's okay to ask. I really appreciate those people who really ask us questions about the company, because that will really show us that you're very interested and you would like to know more about the company that you're applying for. Okay. So I do understand that maybe there are times when during the interview that they will be telling you that no, I'm sorry, during the interview that you will realize maybe you're not fit for the job. So we have those realizations. So as much as possible, you can just try to ask. Okay, so what ask about what the position will entail, because of course we have this certain positions that we're currently applying for, and the position, like let's say executive assistant. So what does executive assistant really do? So it's very broad. Okay, so we have all these titles. So of course, it's okay to ask, maybe because that won't tell us that you don't know anything about the position you're applying for. Of course, you don't know. You haven't been with the company yet. So you just need to ask us what the position will entail and whatnot. Okay. So inquire about the team you will be joining. Maybe you can ask me how. There was one time wherein an employee would ask me in I'm sorry. An interviewer will ask me, what's the environment like in VXI? So I've been here for 5 years. I would tell them I've been here for 5 years, and I don't think I will last that long if the people that I'm working with are really awful or don't have any sense of camaraderie between them. So of course, you would want to know what kind of environment you will be joining with if ever that you do accept the job and if ever that I hire you. Okay. Right, get a sense of your recruiter's own experience working in the company. So yeah, that's it. They Some interviewees would really ask me my experience here, so I would tell them. So at least basically I will be able to help the interviewee gauge on what kind of environment they will be a part of, if ever, in the nearby future. So it's really okay to ask, guys. We commend that. So know more about the company's plans for growth. So yeah, again, even with you as a professional, you have your ways of continuing to grow as a person. But of course, if the kind of company that you'll be applying for does not have any plans for growth, then stay stagnant in the same position for a very very long time. And of course, you would not want that. You need to really. It's not being ambitious. It's more like wanting yourself to grow. Mm-mm. So if you wanted to know what are our plans for the company, and like for VXI, we have like 4 sites in total. We will be opening up our new site sometime in June or July. So of course, as you can see, VXI is the biggest BPO company here in Davao City. So you can really see that it is growing, and if ever the company is growing, of course, the roles of the employees will be growing as well. So there will be promotions, internal promotions everywhere. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, just a summary. Tell me about yourself. Try to summarize as much as possible. Then sell yourself to the interviewer. Okay. You will be doing the talking most of the time. It won't be the interviewer, because we're really there to know more about you instead of you knowing more about us. Because of course we wanted to know what kind of employee we will be hiring. And why was there a gap in your employment? You just be honest about the gap. We don't really need any um, crappy reason that you have, because we will notice that. We've had millions of interviews, and I think we can notice if you're lying or not. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? We want for you to want yourself that you will be growing. And is there anything else you'd like to know? So questions about the company and whatnot. Okay. So I think that's it. I mostly covered the virtual interview tips. So, just a quote to get you by: a strong positive self image is the best possible preparation for success. So, what do you mean by that? If you're confident about yourself and the qualities and skills that you can provide for us, or the skills and qualities that you can show us. So, if you're very confident about yourself, actually, I don't think that there will be any problems with interviews. You don't actually need to practice more, because you know for yourself that you're very confident, and I know that I can offer more for this company regardless of work experience. Okay. All right, I hope that was able to help you with the tips in the virtual interview. So thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Miss Sugar. So to our audience, we are now opening the floor for questions. I'll go first. Ma'am, since we don't have time, short answers lang po sana. So question number one, is it true that most applicants fail their interviews because of their comm skills, especially if they're applying for a BPO position?
Mm. All right, so for that one, kasi, as I mentioned before, you really have to know the company that you're applying for. So, of course, you will be applying for a BPO company. And if ever that you're applying for a BPO company, you will need to you will be talking to a lot of Americans, Canadians, foreigners, exactly. So, of course, we don't really have the time to train you for your communication skills. So, one of the qualifications that we're looking for is good communication skills. And if you can speak in straight English, then you don't actually need to have an American accent. You just need to speak in straight English and be able to convey yourself properly. Then that's good enough. But yes, one of the main reasons for failing is communication skills. But of course, we actually have a training for that. So that's LEAP. So we have a 5 day training wherein we help those applicants to improve more in the communication skills. So that's it.
Thank you for that, ma'am. So again, to
Mm-mm.
our students, if you have time,
Mm-mm.
if you wish to improve it now, mas maganda yun para pagdating nyo sa industry, prepared na kayo. And
Mm-mm.
if you want to do your research, look at positions, possible line of business in the future, go to jobswing.com/VXI. So that's where you see the positions, the vacancies over at Miss Sugar's company po, VXI
Mm-mm.
Global. Ayan. Miss Sugar, again, thank you for joining us, and we hope we get to invite you for other sessions for other schools po. Thank you,
Mm.
ma'am.
Thank you so much,
Have a
guys.
great
I hope
day,
you learned a
ma'am.
lot.
All right. So we still have another topic, another speaker. Thank you, Miss Sugar. Okay. So our next presenter is Sir Andro Terre, Candidate Engagement Specialist for Inspiro. So Sir Andro graduated from St. Vincent Ferrer Seminary, major in AB Philosophy before he got his first job. He served as a member of Iloilo Philosophical Association, and currently he is the Candidate Engagement Specialist over at Inspiro. So with his 3 years of employment in the company, he was also recognized as the Outstanding TA Specialist for the year 2020. Sir Andro, you can now join our stream. Hi, sir. Good
Hi,
morning.
good morning.
Can you test your screen?
Can you see my screen?
Ayan, it's up na po. Ayan.
Yeah,
So,
and
sir, we're trying to end at 12. So,
sure,
we wanted to make it ano lang po, fast pace lang po. Sorry,
sure,
sir.
sure.
Pero
No,
you have enough time to discuss po, don't worry. Kasi 11:40. So, we
uh-huh.
can push power it through it, sir. So,
Mm-hmm.
thank you, Sir Andrew. You have the floor. Thank
Sure.
you.
All right. So thank you. Okay. Well, everyone. Good morning. For our topic today, it's gonna be, hiding for work from home jobs and the new normal work environment. Okay. Well, new normal. We have heard a lot of the term for the past year already. Well, in other word, it is the way or the new way of living and going with our lives. So our topic would be broad, or it's too broad, and there's too many to talk about. And today, we will just gonna focus on the most um common changes that you're about to see and of course experience in terms of work this new normal. So let's proceed. um right, so let's start with the way people finding jobs nowadays. So let me just say that it's quite a bit challenging for many of us to look for a job, just because there were tons of industry that were affected by this pandemic, and with that, a lot of people also lost their jobs. So yeah, well, let's go first with branding. So normally we see ads from companies on billboards. So let's say public transportation, such as jeepney, bus, and LRT. But it's different now that the companies tend to rely on online and the virtual branding nowadays. All right, so no more outside events. So jobs, the example of these are job fair, school fairs, job caravans, and these are the events that people gather in one place, to look for a job. And of course, it has a bigger chance for an applicant to land on a job because of the many opportunities that they can be able to apply in this event. But of course, we don't do this kind of event anymore, or not yet, in this new normal. All right, so for the digital platform, well, majority of the companies don't process or assess candidates to their respective offices. So if you're a fan of being a walk-in applicant, so you really might need to step up. Need to update your digital profile, update your resume, and search for job openings via online, just like your profile here in Jobs 180. And with our interview and qualifications, yeah, well, the interview, just like I have mentioned earlier, well, most of the companies as of this moment doesn't require their candidates to go to the office for an interview. So get ready and expect for virtual screening. All right, so if you're applying here in a BPO company, specifically here in Inspiro, so probably you might get surprised if the employer ask you questions that's new to your ear, such as for example, such as do you have wired internet connection at home? If yes, up to how many Mbps for that? And of course, the qualifications for a certain jobs changes as well. All right. Well, let's go for the work environment. Well, of course, for this work environment, well, we value safety, all right, and of course the security as well. I just hold on for a moment. There's something wrong. All right. Okay. Well, as I mentioned earlier, for the work environment, as we value the safety and the security. So these are the actual changes of work environment that we have right now. So first, the safety measures you'll experience once you go to the office, specifically here in Inspiro. So no mask, no entry. So no, before it's no ID, no entry, and mask is necessity. So now you can leave the house without mask. All right. Also for the alcohol and foot bath. So you need to step into this disinfectant floor mats. So there's also readily available alcohol or sanitizers once you enter. All right. So also the temperature check. So it's a one way to measure if you have a fever. So since it is the one of the most common symptom of the COVID-19. So if you failed, um, you will not allowed to enter, and you really need to seek for medical advice from a doctor for that. All right. And for the daily health questionnaire, so you need to accomplish this form every day or once you visit the office or any establishment. It's actually a one way to track all people who are entering the office, and it is recorded every day. All right, so let's go for the um work environment, on-site workplace. All right, so of course, I'm pretty sure that you're already familiar with this term, observe social distancing. But again, since we are inside the company premises, so these are the few changes that you will experience. So of course, when we do social distancing, we need at least a 1 to 2 meters distance from one another, just whenever you need to speak with your friends or anyone in the office. So always make sure to speak in distance. Workstation. All right, so one seat apart. So you'll see X mark on some chairs, and of course the divider on each station includes plastic extended divider. So well, I'm sure that you're also familiar in this kind of setup nowadays. All right, and office disinfection. Well, here in Inspiro, well, time to time there are personnel who are in charge of cleaning or disinfecting all work areas before shift, after shift, or even during the shift. And also the limited person allowed inside in and enclosed space. So for that, the example of these are would be elevators, pantries, and canteen, and there are also places that you are not allowed to enter now, and you may also be ready to fall in line at all time. All right. And well, for the work from home setup, actually, this is currently a thing in this new normal. Working from home, and well, most of the companies as of this moment are already embracing this kind of setup. All right. So for Inspiro, well, just want to share with you guys the equipments that probably will gonna ask if you have, or basically if you're applying in a BPO company with a work from home setup. So of course you need to um provide this requirements: your computer, your laptop, um headset, earphones, all right, as what you can see here on screen, and of course the internet connection. So it's really important that you're able to at least reach the minimum um, requirement for the internet speed. All right, for both download and upload, and of course the workspace. So I think this is the good thing of working at home. So if you're at home, you can be able to choose place in your home, as long as you're comfortable with your place, and as long as you can be able to do your work as well. Right. All right, so for this new work norm, well, basically, since we are working, working at home, for this new work, or this new normal, productivity, right? So when it comes to productivity, since the work arrangement is now different, so expect your company will measure your productivity in a different way. As new normal came in, there's a sudden change for that. And when it comes in doing our task, like for example your productivity, so it will be recorded per hour, and like there's a tracker that will monitor you, since you are being managed remotely. All right. Of course the meetings and huddles. So of course, announcement from face to face to virtual. So basically you'll be able to use online platforms such as Microsoft Meetings, Zoom, and the Google Meet. All right. And for the working hours, so you may not be required to do overtime more often during this new normal. And for the training and seminars, of course, instead of doing it face to face, it will be virtual. And make sure to just have a strong internet connection, so you won't miss a thing for that. And of course, for here in Inspire events, like for example town halls, company awards recognition, and many more. So yeah, I think that's it. That's on my end. Well, for interested applicants, you may just send your resume to jobs180.com. If you're willing to be part of Inspiro. Well, just to share with you, our sites here in the Philippines will basically in Luzon we have Manila site, we have Quezon. If you're planning to visit Luzon, we have Manila, Quezon, Makati, we have Pasig, we have Mandaluyong, and if you're planning to visit Visayas, we have Iloilo and Dumaguete. So I think that's the end of my presentation. So I hope I was able to prepare you for the future employment. God bless and stay safe, everyone. All right, thank you.
Thank you for that, sir. Ayan.
All right, thank you.
So, sir, we are now opening the floor for questions. So, to our students, if you have questions for Sir Andrew, lagay nyo lang po sa comment section natin. So, to give you time to think about your questions, I'll go first. So, sir, we have been dealing with a lot of cases of burnt out and stress in the
Mhm.
office of the company. May we ask for the programs of Inspiro to combat stress or to promote mental health and well-being po in the office? Can we just ask lang, sir? Can you share with our audience?
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, well, that's really quite interesting. It's quite interesting. Well, considering that we have this norm right now that, of course, since we are not allowed to gather, well, face to face, in a group. So basically, here in Inspiro, we have this, let's say, at least by department by team, we have this weekly um um, meeting through, or we gathered in a Google Meet, let's say, online platform wherein we would normally talk to each other, just like to just the same as um like before that. Well, before pandemic, we usually have a time to have team building, but this time, since with the limited access, so we just do online bonding through Google Meet, just to talk with each other, just just to lessen the stress from the work as well. Mhm.
Ayan. Thank you for that, sir. Last na lang po, sir. Maybe ask about the positions that are open that our fresh grads can get into. Ano po yung mga
Mhm.
positions na pwede nilang applyan?
Okay. Well, as of this moment, for fresh graduates, if you're willing to since we don't have any site there in Mindanao, and if you're willing to apply here in Iloilo and Dumaguete for our site. So I think that's the near site would be here in Iloilo and Dumaguete. So for Iloilo, we actually have local online shopping account that for this account, we do accept those who are fresh graduate for this account. It's actually our local online shopping account. All right, and we welcome or do we accept fresh graduates for this specific account.
All right. So thank you for that, sir. So to our audience, if you wish to apply over at Inspiro, the link is jobsready.com/Inspiro. So do your research, look at the positions, and look at kung saan nyo pinaka gusto mag-apply. Ayan. Bago
Okay.
kayo mag-send out ng application, basahin nyo yung job description. Di ba, sir? All right.
Yep.
So thank you, Sir Andro, and have a great day po.
Right. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. We look forward to more events with you. Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Thank you.
Ay, sorry, sorry. Ayan. So, to everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, to officially close our session for today, we would like to invite Prof. Maria Stella Salazar, PhD, OSA Director for UP Mindanao, to give us her closing remarks. Ma'am, we'll put you up. You're on spotlight. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sherry. Um, Good morning to all our graduating students. I hope you are all in good health and well-being. This morning's activity is important in that you are now ready to take your training to the next step. Okay, things are changing, and we have provided you with the tools you need in order to land a job. And many of these will be done probably online. And sometimes the job available may not be in the line of our courses. If you want to wait around for the perfect job, you might not be able to find it soon. So my advice to you is to do explore and test your abilities on the jobs available out there. Okay, so this can actually work towards your advantage because as you go along, sooner or later, the job that you want will finally be offered, and by then, if you apply for it, you have advantage over all those who are applying for that job because you now have the experience that is needed for job placements. But today, you need to concentrate to first package yourself so that employers will notice you. Please take note of the notes or the tips that our resource persons have given you today. They are very important, they are very vital. You will have a chance to test yourself next week through the virtual job placement activity on Friday, May 20, uh, through this done by the jobs180.com also. And and with this, I would like to thank the resource persons for the very vital and crucial information that you have imparted to our students. I would also like to thank the organizers from our end, to Sir Rem Domingo, our guidance service specialist, and to the University Student Council representatives, to Bea and Ken. With this, I bid you all good morning again, and uh, good luck next week. Thank you.
Thank you for that, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you po as well for lending us the time para po i-close yung event natin for this afternoon. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day po. Thank you po, ma'am. Alright. So, akala nyo tapos na. We have another one here to represent STI Surigao. So, we have also requested a closing remark from Sir Rico Asumen, Academic Head for STI College Surigao.
Good morning, my dear students. Kumusta naman kamo? It's been over 2 years that we haven't met face to face because of this pandemic, no? I know that some of you are still unsure of what path to take after completing your course. This employment preparation seminar will somehow help you decide what path to take after your graduation. We also have our STI iCares, where every graduating students will have to make their login credentials, and then what STI do will profile depending on the data that you provide, and then some partner companies of STI will look into that data, and who knows, you're the one that they're looking for. So my dear students, there are so many opportunities outside your four walls, outside STI, and it's up to you how to grab it. We are providing you with the tools, and we're expecting that you will use that tool for your advantage. So for this activity, I want you to sit and relax, listen religiously to your speakers, because this will be a very interesting activity, and I'm sure this will help you find or somehow answer the questions in your minds. Again, thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy this activity.
Thank you for that, sir. So thank you to everyone. Please don't forget to evaluate. I'm putting the evaluation form at the comment section. So please let me know if you can see it. Okay. Ayan. Can you see it? And so there are two, one for STI Surigao and another one for UP Mindanao. So please let me know if you can see the evaluation link. So please don't forget to evaluate, and please watch out for the next set of webinars that we are hosting next week for other schools. So if you want to join those sessions, please feel free to look at the topics, and then welcome kayo mag-join, mag-participate sa mga sessions na yon. So we also want to plug the event on May 20, that is next Friday. So at 1 to 4 p.m. on Friday, we will be inviting everyone from STI Surigao and UP Mindanao to also join us for the virtual career fair. So we will be inviting employers, and you will have companies to process applications on the day of on the day of the event. So sali lang kayo, sama lang kayo, register kayo for the event, and we'll see you there. Ayan. So hiring po yung mga companies natin, and they will prioritize applications for your schools on Friday next week. So we hope we get to see you there. So saan po kayo mag-register for the job fair? That is schools.jobsunity.com/UP Mindanao, and also schools.jobsunity.com/STI Surigao. So please let us know. You can message us if you have any concerns at all. Message nyo lang kami sa Facebook para matulungan namin kayo sa inyong concern. Ayan po, sa baba, yun po ang ating school sites. Pwede po kayo mag-register, maghanap ng trabaho, at dyan din po kayo pupunta for the virtual career fair registration. So see you guys on next week, Friday. And thank you so much. Have a great afternoon. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, I'm Vixie, the automated recruitment assistant of VXI Philippines. Do you want to know how to jumpstart an awesome career? Join VXI and be part of the International ICT Award 2019's Best Employer of the Year finalist, Best Company of the Year, Best Contact Center, Most Innovative Company of the Year for 2 years, Hall of Fame for Best Contact Center and BPO Company of the Year for 2017, 2018, and 2019. We are hiring account representatives for customer service, sales, and technical support. Find us in a site near you. Quezon City, Makati City, Mall of Asia, Pasay, Clark, Pampanga, and Davao City. Enjoy a competitive compensation package and industry best incentives. Apply via Facebook Messenger at VXIPH. Email us at careersph@vxi.com. Text your full name, location, and preferred interview schedule to 0917-777-5555 for Luzon and 0965-932-9745 or 0961-757-8361 for Davao. We can't wait to have you on the team soon. Apply now!
Tayo po ay magsitayo bilang pagpupugay at awitin ang UP naming mahal.